The reigning champs are in town. It's the Oklahoma Sooners take on the Cal State Fullerton Titans. Look at that crowd. We have a sold-out crowd here at Anderson Family Field on a Friday night in Fullerton. I'm Cameron Osborne, joined alongside by Robbie Loya today. Robbie, how the heck are they going to take down the Sooners?
This is going to be a fun.
As the righty rocks and fires, and first pitch of the day ends up hitting Dayton. So one pitch, one base runner for a dangerous team.
And the half.
Showing you why she's preseason All-SEC as the 3-2 is grounded over to shortstop to second. They get around and they get the lead out, and they're thankful enough to get Dayton because that was a bang-bang play.
Especially Dayton too, right? I mean,
Cassidy Pickering lines one into center field, but right there's the Gold Glover Kate Verhoff, and that's the second out of the first. As Trisha McAdam 3 looks a bit different. As the 0-2 weak fly ball into right field. It's dying quickly and almost a sliding catch made in right by Christie. And now the throw to second, and the bat ball's not held on by Perez. And thankfully, the Sooners will not capitalize. But they'll have runners. The 2-0 is grounded right back to second base. Colby McClinton has to hurry, and it's a good throw to first base as Sofia Guevara right there to complete a scoreless top of the first. As Romulo, I think she got jammed, floats one to the second base bag. And making the catch are the Sooners. So one up and one down for as part of the All Big West preseason coaches team this year. She gets a weak chopper to shortstop. That'll bleed into center field. It's the first hit of the day for the Titans. It belongs to who else, Robbie, but Sarah Perez for 4. Ava Arce, who had a massive hit in the first game too. She's on deck as McClinton is down on 3 pitches.
Behind, you know that fastball is going to come your way.
Sarah Perez will swipe second base. Just beat out the throw from the catcher, Emmerling. And that is a gutsy stolen base.
Season ago for the Titans. Big threat on the base path.
Ava Arce will pop out to first. Sydney Sanders could say will just touch on the bag. So the Titans themselves will have a threat in the bottom half of the, followed by the DP, Tia Malloy. Big cut and a rip, that will be to shortstop Sarah Perez. Bit of a snow cone, but no problem for the sure-handed sophomore, I should say. Heard of Laura Malloy, who spent 15 seasons in the NFL, ended up winning a Super Bowl in 2002 with Tom Brady.
And as a Patriot fan,
oh boy,
I'm gonna love that, right? So that's the last you hear from me about that, but we'll piece rather to this pitching staff.
Inside, couldn't get a call for strike 3. It's a 2-out walk to Sydney Sanders. That'll bring in the Sooner shortstop, Gabby Garcia. Nothing and one count on Garcia. Will hit a weak fly ball into left field, and out to make the catch is Sarah Perez. Coming out of nowhere, just flashing onto your screen and flashing the leather as Trisha McCleskey, 2 scoreless against the Oklahoma hitters, and so far she's done a good job as that ball's hit into left field and making the catch at shortstop. That's Garcia.
Take it themselves.
This is Lulu Sanchez, the DP. First pitch swing, she flies one into left field, but that will be Parker out and left. 1 pitch and 1 out for Deal. Counts full on Guevara. KK Christie on deck, and it's a cut and a miss. So Sofia Guevara strikes out. That's the first punch out of the day for Peyton Mont. Hitting, she hit .431 last year. 2 homers, 28 RBIs, but an extra base machine in the leadoff hole as she rolls one over to first. Sofia Guevara, a little bit of a bobble, but was close enough to the bag to stomp that right foot on it to retire Dayton. That's Pickering and Parker became the first Oklahoma freshman duo to record double-digit homers and RBIs. As Kate Veerhoff will handle that fly ball, and 2 gone in the 3rd.
And you know, when I look at for a pitcher, right, swagger, how's their confidence, right? And McCleskey has nothing but that, and that's what you love to see.
That ball's flied into center field, but Kate Veerhoff is there, Robbie. And how about a perfect 3rd inning? And she's kept the Sooners lineup scoreless in the 2023 season, which has given her an extra year of eligibility, but punches out against Monticelli, who's came in and done nothing but strike out Titans. For a team that went 59-7 last year, as Verhoef skies one middle of the infield. It will be the 3rd baseman, McEnroe Marinas, to haul it in. At 59-7 a season ago, they went 37 wins. There were 2 of their 3 main starters that they used, as Romulo, a weak grounder back to the pitcher, and out at first by half a step. If that, as Romulo with her hands on her head cannot believe that Audrey. Sooners half of the 4th, and Fullerton first pitch gets a ground ball to Colby McClinton at second base. And 1 pitch, again, 1 out for Trisha McCleskey in the 4th. Ilana Agbayani. Oh, watch that cutter that just misses off the plate. Good piece of execution for McCleskey, but she ends up walking Agbayani. That's the 2nd walk for. We'll face Isabella Emmerling, the catcher. Runner on first as that ball hits the inner knee of Emmerling. And this is where McCleskey can get herself into some trouble, Robbie. 59 career hits. First pitch is a grounder to first. Guevara, a little bit of a bobble again. And that'll load him up.
Again, kind of what we were talking about.
Sanders, 15 homers, 50 RBIs a season ago. The 0-1 grounded right back into center field, and that'll be a base hit. As 1 run will come across to score for the Sooners. And they strike first, 1-0 on an RBI single from Sydney Sanders, who's been off to a cold start this year.
Again, it's what do you expect, especially from the 4-time defending champs? They capitalize on every single mistake you make, right? A hit by pitch, a few walks, and air. Great job, of course.
Made her name well known across the state. Hit .496 in her career in high schools. This ball is absolutely crushed into right field, and that is gone. It's a grand slam for Gabby Garcia. Her first collegiate home run will produce 4 runs for the Sooners.
All came down to Garcia staying back on this pitch and absolutely tattooed this softball deep to right center field. Absolute missile over there from Garcia. And again, you know what? This is an Oklahoma team. It doesn't matter if you're batting. And
that ball gets a piece of Dayton. That will be the hit by pitch, the 3rd hit by pitch by Fullerton pitching today. Also talked about her love to compete. Her attitude is contagious. This is off the end of the bat of Parker, and she's now 0 for 3.
Spaceman, and that's when the power came for the Sooners. So again, started off strong for the Titans.
As that throw actually beat Dayton to the bag, but Perez couldn't hold on. As Alexia Lopez dropped in to possibly hold as a pitcher. And ends up walking Pickering. Hurtado way down in the count, 3 balls and no strikes, and ends up walking McEnroe Marinas on 4 pitches. That'll load him up once again for the Sooners. The Sooners showing why they should be ranked #1 in the country. And there's the first collegiate strikeout for Eva Hurtado as she strikes out Elena Agbayani. And that will end the threat of the 4th. Perez down on 3 pitches. First out of the 4th, we're bringing Colby McClinton. McClinton punched out in the 1st, grounds out one. Thought it ball bounced off her foot, at least it looked like from the center field camera view, but hey, we'll take it. It's a one-out single.
And I'm sure
Mercy battling with 2 strikes will rip one down the first base line. It's caught at first by Sanders, touches the bag, and that'll double off McClinton. As it's a 3 unassisted double play, that'll get the Sooners. As this is a mile-high pop into left field. Does that have the distance? Incoming, you saw that ball just start tail spinning back towards home. And making the catch is Romulo in left. Malloy will walk with one.
So they're going to capitalize on these mistakes, and it has shown time and time again.
Right on cue as that ball couldn't be corralled behind home by Lopez. So Tia Malloy up to second. Versus IU, Indy, and Southern University, as that's a hard hit fly ball into right field. Trailing back to the track, making the catch is KK Christie. And she will get it in a hurry, as that does not allow Tia Malloy to advance to third base.
With now Oklahoma being a part of the SEC, I mean, Oklahoma, they beat them in 2002 and in 2024 for the championship. So, you know, Texas, now that they're in the same division, they're going to have a lot.
Plate in the first game, ended up throwing out 2 runners at second base. As she grounds one back up the middle, a diving snag, but no chance to throw her out. Gabby Garcia did a good job just to keep the ball in the dirt. But how about Alexia Lopez, now 1 for 2 on the day? And the leadoff run Oaks Garcia brought in this year, but a pretty dang good one.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you saw what she did last year for CSUN, co-freshman field player of the year, along with Ainsley Waddell at UC Santa Barbara. Beat up today, playing with the rain, making sure they're all good for, you know, the student athletes on either side, so not a bad thing at all.
Another 3-2, and Lowry will win the battle against Sanchez and strike her out.
Good pitch.
Second. And the Titans claw home a run as Guevara crushes one left center field. That'll be off the top of the wall and stay in the yard, as Ferdman will have to stop at third. How did that ball not leave, Robbie?
Unbelievable. Talk about an unlucky bounce.
What?
Right off the top. Let's take another look on ESPN Plus. Oh.
It hits the dead top of the wall. I mean, you've been doing games here for a long time. Have you ever seen a ball hit?
Christie, rather a veteran, but now you get the freshman to do damage.
That ball's lined out to left field, and that is gone. Natalie Lozano, her first collegiate hit, is a 3-run shot. And it's now 5-3 Oklahoma. Just took a 2-1 heater from Lowry and absolutely hit a heat-seeking missile over the left center.
What do you have to lose? Great job from the 5'11 freshman from Chula Vista, California. Ropes that softball. Let's take another look. Absolutely took the laces off of that softball deep to left center field. And hey, just like that, Cal State Fullerton's right back in this ball game, partner.
We got a ball game, Robbie.
This is what I mean by hit the weight room. She proved it to Guevara. Next thing you know, Cal State Fullerton only down by 2.
Kate Verhoff into center field, and now the number 9 hitter's on for the Titans, and the time run comes to the plate with Crystalline Romulo at 5. With Romulo at the plate, a runner at first, a 1-2 count. Chases away, punches her out. Nothing doing from Romulo, falls to 0-3. She played first and catcher in high school. Got the Titans back into this game as Perez will strike out against Sam Landry. Just going to the rise ball so hard, so strong. But the Titans times a season ago. Is that pitch going to say it hit Dayton? Although Dayton didn't think it hit her, she thought it hit the knob of her bat, but home plate umpire ruling that it with a grand slam. And now Cassidy Pickering, first and second, nobody out. Gets under one, flies it into right field, not too deep, as that's actually a lot. Shallow right field, we'll call it. McEnroe Marinas. And it's another hits batsman. cannot get out of their own way in the circle today. That is now 5 hit Sooners in this game. In this number 5 spot in the lineup as Barker will ground one to shortstop. Perez will come home with it, and that's off the mitt of the catcher. As Oklahoma tries to score a second, but Parker is out at home as that initial throw went off the mitt of Alexia Lopez, so one is across.
I'm not too sure about that. Yep, this is why. So let's take another look. So it goes past Alexia Lopez. Let's see if we can keep this replay here. Find the ball. Look at the softball. The softball actually had to be picked up from Alexia Lopez. Right there. See how she had to pick up that softball? So she was kneeling down. She was expecting that Parker was going to slide, and it was just hesitated on Parker's end.
That is an absolute bomb out to left field. My goodness. Just an absolute crusher from Isabella Emmerling. That ball might have went all the way back to Norman. I do not think you can hit a softball harder or farther than that. It's now 9-3.
Yeah, and that's absolutely brutal. So now it's 10-3.
Of the 5th. Ellie Lozano got him on the board with a 3-run shot. And Ashley Dendis will strike out Tia Malloy, second out of the 6th. Another hit by pitch loaded him up. As a grounder will eat up Sarah Perez and roll into center field, and we'll see what that one is ruled. Sanders reaches with 2 outs. Oklahoma will stay on the West Coast as they will travel to LA to take on Loyola Marymount tomorrow. That's the scheduled 5 p.m. start. That game will also be on ESPN+, and then they will take on Long Beach. Been a big part of the Sooners lineup this year. The former Pac-12 leading hitter will line one into center field, but Kate Verhoff is there, and that will stop the bleeding for the Titans in the 6th, but 5 more come across for the Sooners. So good is not only do they physically wear you down, but they mentally wear you down too, as Colby McClinton will leg out a midfield single, but it's 10 runs on 5 hits. So it's not like they're physically wearing you down, it's
the walks that the pitching staff has given up. They have given up 6 walks. So if you do the math correctly, which I think I am, 11 free passes, and you take a look at the score, 10 runs, so that kind of paints the picture.
And Lulu will cut on and miss and strike out against Sam Landry. So that will,
it's been huge for a lot of friends to now to get great content, to watch your favorite student athletes.
And then Parker will bloop into left center field, and that'll drop for a hit. Parker's thinking 2 out of the box, and she'll have it. Didn't get to the fence once today. As Pickering will ground one to the right, Guevara handles it, has to take 2 steps to her left to touch the bag as Parker moves to third. And that'll walk her. So put him at the corners for the... As that ball is crushed down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is. Sydney Barker, a 3-run shot. Her first collegiate home run. It's the 4th home run of the day for the Sooners as they continue to pour it on. As it's now 13-3 Oklahoma.
Barker that's doing some damage. It's been an unbelievable effort. You can't forget about Emmerling, the redshirt junior. But again, these freshmen, what they're bringing to the table, they're most certainly not playing at all like a rookie, truly playing like a true veteran here tonight. Bear down, pose, and composure, of course, hasn't been her strongest effort. 4 hits, 8 earned runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Make that 2 strikeouts now for her tonight.
Championships in high school. And she hits a rocket through the left side, backhanded by Perez. The throw to first And Sarah Perez flashing the leather on one knee with a great backhanded stab. We'll see if the Titans can start to claw back. Guevara started to rally as that's the second strikeout of the day for Landry.
You know, if you're Gina Oaks Garcia,
Bomb in her second collegiate at bat. One was squibbed right back to Landry. Had some funky, nasty spin on it, but Landry. Cosillos with 2 on in the 7th. Cuts and misses, and that will do it for the Titans in the 7th. 3 up and 3 down. Sam Landry has punched out 3 as the Oklahoma Sooners on 13 runs, just on 7 hits. Robbie, they used the long ball today.
they certainly did, and that's what you expect, right? Again, the power from this Oklahoma team is no joke, and we got to see it here tonight. I mean, they proved it. If you leave a cookie right down the heart of the plate, I guarantee you that baseball, or rather softball, is going to go flying out of the ballpark. But, you know, if you're Cal State Fullerton, keep your head up high. I mean, you'll split 1-1. You'll be satisfied with that. It's still early on in the season. There's still so much work to be done. This pitching staff knows they really got to work on the free passes. 5 hit batters, 6 walks today. I mean, that is something that can't happen, right? The pitching staff knows that, and you know that, again, another 3 errors, 6 in